from here. We're located on Danhole Pond, Big Danhole Pond actually. So we have a mile of water frontage. We're on 629 acres in Tuftonboro, New Hampshire. Camp has been around since 1949, and we serve campers ages 7 to 15. And so our mission has been continuing since then. We're actually in our 75th year right now, so we're really excited about that. We have a big celebration coming up in September, so you guys are all invited to come up to that, and I think it's on September 29th. I have brochures and stuff over there, so don't hold me to that date, but you guys are all welcome to come to that. A little bit about the camp. In about 2005, we were still owned by the American Baptist Association of Vermont and New Hampshire, and the camp was about to close. We were only serving about 200 campers during the summer and nothing going on the rest of the year. And so at the time, it was kind of a failing ministry they saw, and they wanted to sell it because they saw 630 acres on a mile of water frontage. That is a great thing to try and sell. But thankfully, we had a group of alumni stand up and say, hey, give us a chance to turn this around. And they brought in Kevin, our executive director, and really put the mission first. And even when we didn't have money, I think in 2005, we still scholarshiped kids to come to camp. We were running a deficit, but we really put the trust that the Lord would provide. And now here we are in 2024. The camp is still running strong. We are an independent camp now. We have our own board of directors that run it. We are not running a deficit anymore, thankfully. The Lord has provided over these years, and we've slowly been able to add on to the camp. And now, during the summer, we serve about 600 campers, and during our year-round retreat ministry, serving churches and schools, we serve about 3,000 guests through that. And in 2016, we built a pastor's cabin called the Wixon Ministry Cabin. This is specifically for pastors, missionaries to come and find rest, because when you take care of the pastors, when you take care of the missionaries, they can then go back into their communities and continue to serve. So that cabin is free of charge for pastors and those in ministry to come and use it. We serve about 80 pastors and their families throughout the year, about 186 nights, I think, when I ran the data a little bit ago. And so it's full most of the year, so we're actually looking to build a second one. We got most of the funds raised for that. We'll probably be starting to work on that in 2025. So we're really excited about that. It's just a way to try and serve our local churches and missionaries there. And then we also run our summer program, which Joseph will talk about a little bit in ways that you can get involved with the camp. My own story, I grew up going to the camp. I started going actually in 2005 myself when I was around 10 years old. I had never been to a camp before, and I was pretty nervous when I set foot on the grounds, but I had a fun-filled week, and most of all, a seed was planted in my heart. And that's how God used the camp to actually bring me closer to Him, because otherwise I don't know where I would be. And so the camp has been a really influential aspect of my life. I started working summer staff in 2011, and in 2014 I was kind of interning seasonally, and in 2017 I became full-time, and now I get to serve at the camp that God used to bring me to Him. And when I was when I was around 10 years old, I had told my mom, hey, I want to be a director there one day. And sure enough, both my mom and Kevin remind me of that. And here I am. I'm the site director, and it's been so cool to see how God has used that in both my life and many other kids' life. Joseph, he was actually one of my campers, so it's really cool to be serving alongside him now full time. And he's taller than me now, and he's got a nice full beard. So, but
he looks more like Jesus.
Yes. But and thank you guys for your support over the many years. We truly appreciate it. It's really helped us be able to help scholarship many campers to be able to come to camp, because we never turn a child away because of financial need. So we fully put the trust out that God will provide, and we have seen that. And that's a policy our board has, is we don't turn a child away. So we try and tell our staff that, to go out to let campers know that if they need to come to camp, just give us a call and we'll make it happen. In the last 4 years, we've actually partnered with the state of New Hampshire. They've come out with a grant scholarship, kind of trying to help rebound the kids from COVID. So they're using any kind of surplus they have to help send kids to camp. And the majority of New Hampshire residents that apply get it, and it'll cover the full cost of camp for each child. So that's been a wonderful opportunity for many families to be able to send their kids to camp. But again, thank you guys. I'll turn it over to Joseph to tell a little bit about his story and some ways that you can get involved.
Hello. I don't have a lot to add because Brandon did a phenomenal introduction of the camp. But my name is Joseph Wasson. I serve as the program coordinator at camp, which means I oversee our summer program as well as some winter camps, some other things that we do, and I get to help out with some of the church hosting and the retreats that we do. I wanted to talk a little bit about why I love being involved at Sentinel. The main reason is because Camp Sentinel is a mission-first ministry. It's one thing to be a Christian organization, but as you know, it's another thing to really be mission-first. As Brandon mentioned, we operate with a mission before money mindset. We never turn a child away for financial reasons. We believe camp isn't just a privilege, it's a necessity. And as such, we've had kids come for as little as $1 in the past. We're able to do this because churches like you and your home churches and individuals like yourselves support us and walk with us and stand with us in ministry, and we are so thankful for that. As I mentioned, I get to oversee a lot of the summer camp program. That means I also get to bring in a lot of the staff, which is a big, big blessing. I remember last summer was my first summer serving as the program coordinator. I've been on staff since 2017. Brandon was my boss. He has some funny stories from back then. And then over the years, I've served as a staff mentor and a unit leader, and now I get to serve as the program coordinator. And so bringing in the staff last summer, I ran my very first staff training week. Exciting, nervous, a lot of responsibility, and at the end of the week, I wanted to figure out, well, how can I do this better? So I sat the staff down and I said, so next year, what would you want different? What would you want me to do differently for you guys? And they're like, well, we wish we could have had more time to just sit with God and do solos. We wish we could have had more devotional time in the morning. We wish we could have had more time in prayer. And we definitely do have those times. Every morning we start the day with a time of prayer. At the end of the staff training week, we do a solo, and our staff team wanted more of that. And for me, that was one of the most encouraging things, to know that I'm on a staff team that wants to know Christ, that wants to abide with Christ, and that's the basis, the foundation for all the ministry we're doing during the summer. I also get to serve with Brandon, Rafe, and Kevin. There's 4 of us who are full-time, year-round staff. It's such a blessing. I was telling Pastor Jared, it's such a blessing to be able to serve with some really godly men who have been doing this and are able to mentor me. A lot of camps since COVID, they've seen some staff overturn. They've seen some staff move on to different positions. But Kevin, as Brandon said, he's been there since 2017, and Kevin since 2005. So to be able to kind of do my job, but also have the support of Christian mentors is invaluable, as well as a board of directors that cares. I can sit back and know that the board of directors at Camp Sentinel cares about me, cares about the staff that I hire, and cares about every single one of the kids that comes through camp, and that makes all the difference. Not only do we do summer camp, but as Brandon mentioned, we do church retreats, school retreats, and other retreats throughout the year. This is another one of my favorite activities at camp, one of the things that I love being involved in, because I get to help create an environment and provide a space where pastors and church congregations can come, they can retreat, they can rest, and ultimately they can draw near to each other and nearer to God. Our mission at Camp Sentinel is to create a welcoming environment for Christian relationship building and for spiritual renewal. Within the stillness of God's creation and through the guidance of the staff, people are moved from discovery into authentic relationships with others and with Jesus Christ. If you haven't visited camp, you might not know the importance of that word stillness. And if you have visited camp, you know what I mean when I say within the stillness of God's creation. We have over 600 acres located in the Ossipee Mountains, and being there is one of the most peaceful places that allow us to slow down. We have a very hurried life. Well, I do. I assume you do, because you live in America. Our society is very hurried. We like to rush through things. I know, like, we like to drive fast. We like to do everything fast. We like everything right away. But being at camp gives an opportunity to slow down. Slow down, just be still, and know that He is God, Amen. As Psalms 46 says. If you would like to get involved with us and to stand with us in ministry, I want to briefly highlight 3 ways that you can get involved. And I want to invite all of you to come talk with Brandon and I afterwards. We have that booth over there with the really super cool banner that you probably saw and admired when you came in. So please take the opportunity to come talk with us. One thing I ask of anytime I get the opportunity to share about camp and offer different ways to get involved, the first thing I always ask everybody to do is to be praying for us, and be praying specifically for the ministry, but also for all the churches that we get to minister to and all the campers and families that we get to serve. Please be praying for us as full-time staff, that we continue to abide in Christ, that we continue to rest, and that we continue to steward the ministry that God has given us to steward. It's not ours, it is His. And it is by His grace we are able to be a part of it. So please, please, please be praying for us and be praying for the ministry. The second way you can get involved, as I mentioned, because of the support of individuals and churches, we're able to scholarship kids. We have information where you can either full scholarship or partial scholarship a kid to be able to go to camp. So if that's been put on your heart that, hey, I want to be able to see kids come to camp, please come talk to us. We can make that happen. Any little bit of money helps. Every little bit makes a difference. Just like the kid with I think it's 5 loaves and 2 fish. You know, that might not have been a lot, but God used it. And God uses anything that we offer Him for His kingdom. And He is a big, big God. And He does big, big things. So please consider giving financially to make sure kids can come to camp. And then the third way you can get involved is through volunteering and working at camp. We do have a couple staff positions open, especially if you know some older teenagers or young adults who might want to work at a camp for a summer. We have some staff positions open. We start hiring junior counselors and junior staff at 15 all the way up through 20s and so on. We also have a lot of opportunities for volunteering, whether it's in the kitchen, housekeeping, helping out with the kids, and all throughout the year. Towards the end of April, 2 or 3 more weekends, we'll have a work day where we will invite our Sentinel family to join us to help us prepare the grounds for ministry this summer. And so if you have some time or you think, I wonder what it would be like to serve at a camp as staff or volunteer, again, please come talk to us. We can highlight some different ways that you can do so. And yeah, thank you guys for giving us your time. Thank you for having us tonight. It is a real blessing and a real privilege and honor for us to be here. And hopefully you'll take the opportunity to come meet us after the dinner. Thank you.